Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron. I hope you're having an incredible day or night in Jesus. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to take a second look at the Classic Notes Study Bible. This is the old Jack Hyles Classic Notes Study Bible done by Anchor Bible Concepts. It's a little smaller than that. We just had Brother O.C. Marler preach for us. I'm doing this video in May of 2024. You may be seeing it sometime later. We're putting it on later, God willing. And he preached with one of the old ones. You can only find the old ones on eBay, Baker used books, Steele's in Kansas City, something like that. Now, before there was local church and church Bible publishers with their wonderful note-taking Bibles and all of this, there was this Bible. And I really have a great affinity for this particular Bible for a few different reasons. First of all, it's got a genuine leather. It's not supple or flexible by any means. For some reason, we're still having some problems zooming in and out. This grain that used to be in the old annotated study Bible from Liberty University, old open Bibles from Nelson in the 80s. I love this stamped grain. It's absolutely fantastic. Secondly, it's one of the handiest size Bibles that you can get. I mean, I don't consider it a large Bible at all. Oh, let me show you how. It does come in a two-piece box, which I do enjoy boxing of the Bibles, and it is gold. But it doesn't say anything on there. It's just a gold box, very sturdy gold box. And so, like, this is a Schuyler Traveris I do my daily Bible reading in currently. And you can see that it is actually smaller than the Schuyler Traveris. Now, the Schuyler Traveris maybe has a little bit more yap. So as far as the Bible block itself, it's probably extremely similar. Beautiful decorative headbands and tailbands in yellow and black, which is a good combination. So the size, I like this. I like the fact it has two ribbon markers. Now, these are not great ribbon markers. These are ultra thin ribbon markers. They look like they're the same length, same color, on and on. But it has really good Classic Note Bible presented to page, and then published by Dr. Jack Hyles, Dr. John Stansel, Anchor Bible Concepts, 3716 Dickerson Pike, Nashville, Tennessee, 1-800-476-2841. I will publish the name of the Lord. I used to know the number to Sword of the Lord. I dialed Nelson for so many years. What was it? 1-800-251-4000, and like Sword of the Lord was 1-800-251-4100. I forget now. But anyhow, but I remember that for like 30 years. Classic Note Bible, an original design, may not be duplicated without the publisher's prior written permission. This particular edition is printed in South Korea, like the Defined Bible with the weights. So it's an introduction to the Classic Note Bible. So it's recommended that a good ballpoint pen or mechanical pencil be used to make your notes. Porous tip fiber or felt pens will damage the paper. And that is true. So like Brother Mooney, Brother Marler, the one thing they did not like about these new ones is they felt the paper was too thin. Now, it's about 8.5 point print. It's dark. It looks like an old Oxford, typeface, but every other page is going to be blank. But because it is thin, there is some bleed through in there as well when you write on there. And so it looks busy. So you write on one side, and instead of it being like cardboard or something, you write on the other. So there's trade-offs there. The size of the Bible is nearly perfect. And this being an old print block of the King James, they had mastered, beginning about 1900, somewhere in that neighborhood, to about 1950, Collins clear type press, Ear and Spottiswoode, of course, Oxford and Cambridge, and some others had mastered the art of what was known as white on black. And it's black lettering, white Bible paper. All Bibles basically have to have special paper because they just get out of control, huge if not. And very little bleed through. So even though it's smaller print, it's immensely readable print. There's no references. There's actually, at the very top of the page, there's quite a bit of room to write up there as well, like probably an inch. A little bit, maybe close to a half an inch on the side and the bottom. Now let's see if it's red lettered. Now it also has no headings, page headings, in-text headings, paragraph headings. We've already mentioned, obviously, no notes, references. So let's get into the New Testament. We're in Malachi, and it is not red letterson. Red letterson. It is not. But like I'm in Luke, and I'm only on page 824. It shows you kind of how thin. So it's going to be double the size, with a piece of Bible paper in there. So let's say you just want to read the Bible through and take notes. Great Bible for that. Tremendous for preaching. It's got a little introduction that we mentioned in the back. And it also, unlike many Bibles, has at the very back quite a number of pages for writing. It has no maps. It does have a spine stabilization page. Let's see how many pages. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got more than I thought. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I was thinking it was 8. Now, I don't, does it lay, yeah, it's sewn binding too. It's laying flat in Exodus. So that's a plus as well. Used to be with sewn bindings, you could, well, especially if it was whip stitch, people would take them and, ooh, I hate to do that. But it's sewn into the signature. It's supposed to be okay. But I'd have the guy who trained me, Greg, what was his name? Greg Taylor, I think. A great guy. He went to Beulah Heights Bible College. He would just take those Bibles and say, look. And I was like, oh. I never wanted to try that. So this is just a little deeper dive. Great size, great for taking notes, clear print, negatives, not as supple of leather, even though I dearly love the leather stamping. There's no sewn marks or anything like that. Real little ribbon markers, which is a little bit of a negative. Tremendous gilt edging, not art gilt edging. Published in South Korea, but they did a good job with the defined Bible by the Waits. Maybe some other ones over the years. I'm thinking of Holman or something. I don't remember now. So overall, just great. And I'm thinking, I think these things used to be like $49.99. I don't know what they are now. So this is the Classic Note. Is it Classic Note Study Bible or just the Classic Note Bible? So if you want to do some study, preaching, teaching, you may want to consider this because you could do a lot worse. So God bless you. Appreciate Anchor for putting this out. Bye-bye.